Those who cannot change their minds cannot change anything. This is Success with Srini.
On yesterday's podcast, we talked about forgiveness, and towards the end, I mentioned how hypnosis can be used effectively to instill a forgiveness sequence into people who have been suffering from some trauma, from an event that might have happened many, many years ago. And the pain is there, the suffering is there, and continues to be there long after the transgressor has gone or is no more. So here we are. Welcome to Success with Srini, or welcome back. Let's talk about ruminative thinking. What is ruminative thinking? Why it happens, and what can be done? Ruminative thinking is a thought that you keep on repeating yourself. You find difficulty in getting out of that thought. There is a dominant thought, but there could be multiple sub-thoughts, but then the main thought keeps on looping. And occasionally the sub-thoughts also keep looping, but the main thought is where this whole attention is, a lot of energy that goes into it. Usually this thought leads you to sadness, and usually this thought is a dark thought. There is darkness in the thought. So what happens as a result of this is you start to lose your thinking abilities, and you stop to process emotions the right way. If there is depression, this kind of thinking intensifies depression. The significant outcome, or the worst outcome, is that you tend to push people away from you. You display anger, frustration, whatever it is, you push people away and you start to isolate yourself. Now, why people do this? Why this happens? Well, there are two sides to this. Some people deliberately do it, and there's some level of them engaging in the process. And of course, people don't want to do it, but because there is an existence of trauma that was inflicted, and as a result of that, this has happened. So trauma is one. The second part to this is a belief. A belief that if they keep on thinking like this, they will eventually get some insights. So if they process this thought for a long amount of time, they'll get an insight. And there is also proof that an ongoing stress, that which cannot be controlled, can also push people into ruminative thinking. There is also proof of that. But then the primary two things are trauma and a belief. These are the two things. Now, how do you get out of this? Either you intervene or you seek intervention. There are only two ways. How do you intervene? You got to figure out the triggers that start this kind of a thinking. So you got to understand what situations, what events, what are the stressors that cause or that start, that initiate this thought every day on a daily basis. And this also means that you start learning how to question your thoughts. The highest form of self-improvement is when you reach a point where you question every thought. And you do that unconsciously. Is this thought right? Should I process this thought? Can I stop this thought? So sometimes people also adjust their goals. They say, this is what my life is. I'm going to change my goal. I'm going to go do something else now. And I can't take this anymore. So they want to leave the field, the battlefield, you say, or the play field. And they want to go away and take up something completely new, completely different. They don't want to deal with this. That's also is there. But then what I have seen personally is this. At a time when you are processing some dark thoughts, some sad thoughts, and you're slowly drifting into sadness, deep sadness, then the only thing that you have to do to really pull yourself out, and as an informed individual, and I'm hoping that all of us are professionals, that means there is something within us that defines us, that's unique to us. We seek mastery. We pursue mastery in one area of our life. Usually, that kind of an approach is proven to help ruminative thinking. Now, those are all some interventions that you can do on your side. But then you can also seek an intervention. You can go to experts who have expertise to deal with this. People reach out to therapists. And we have seen that there are 3 things that will help. CBT, cognitive behavioral therapy, helps. Hypnosis helps. And then meditation as a mindfulness approach helps. And you can do this on your own. You can approach therapists and all that is there. Then, obviously, clinical approach. For that, you have to go through your doctor, your primary care physician, and all that. So you go through the medical system. There is help available there. Those are some interventions. But I suggest that you intervene. I suggest that you understand the triggers. I suggest that you adjust your goals. You question your thoughts. You pursue mastery. And there are more ways to intervene. The point is the problem has to be addressed. And the point is that you can take personal responsibility of yourself to address the situation that you are going through. And there's nobody else who can rescue you from the situation that you are in. So many people pull themselves out from dark side, from sad situations, and open themselves up to new possibilities and started to see life in a whole different way, and have gotten back people into their lives, and they have become aligned with everything happening, and they have started to find a new purpose and new meaning to their lives. Okay, I'm going to stop here. Hopefully this is helpful. And if it is, you know what you have to do. Rate it, review it, share it with a friend or a family member. Before you know it, I'll be back here again tomorrow talking about a new topic, picking up a question from you and answering it on the podcast right here. That's all for now. Wherever you are, be safe, and I'll talk to you as early as tomorrow. Stay tuned.